Hey everybody, I'm Will Sutton. I've been working in data for the last 10 years. It is my career. I've had so many fantastic moments part of this. Famously, I won Tableau's Iron Biz competition back in 2022.
Iron Biz champion!
That was great. I've helped companies all throughout my career. One particular moment where I saved one company over $400,000 with just one chart. That was amazing. But now, this rise of AI, all what we're seeing coming out, every week something new comes out, some new capability. I feel like us data analysts, we're not going to be around that much longer. It's been great, but I'm not so sure where my career is going to go. Am I going to have another 10 years living the data analyst life or not? In this presentation, we're going to go through, hey, what I want to share with you is my fears, the threats that I see from AI, the real risks I see to data analysts coming from AI. And hey, yes, I'm Will as well. I can see that, yes, there are some threats, but there's also going to be some opportunities for us. I'm going to be sharing my ways in which I think analysts can really benefit from AI coming into the workplace. And lastly, at the end, we're going to come together with these different ideas, push them together and see what career paths are available to data analysts now that AI is here. Okay, so this is where my journey began. It was actually trying to learn a bit more about AI. I was here on YouTube, I was watching this TED Talk with Andrew Ng. Now, if you've heard of Andrew before, you'll know that Andrew's like a hero in the world of machine learning, AI, deep learning technologies, one of the pivotal people to help teach the world about these new techniques. So I was super interested about this talk, and here Andrew was at TED talking to business leaders about how they should use and implement AI. Importantly, the talk was saying that AI wasn't just for the biggest and best companies out there, but actually there's a lot of value to have for some smaller companies as well. And then Andrew shared what an AI assistant could do for this organization. And here it was: data prep, data analysis, helping their business leader make decisions with their data. And I was looking at this thinking that that's my job. That is my job right there. That is everything I do. That's what I come to organizations to do, to help them see and understand their data and make better decisions with it. And if an AI is doing that, what do I do? Uh, Communication skills, presenting, all fantastic news to all the introverts out there as well. And this is the picture as it is today. These AI models are going to get better, more capable of doing the tasks I do, potentially even doing more. And I look at this and I think, yeah, this is the end for data analysts. Okay, I hear what you're saying. The capabilities of AI are incredible, and we know as time goes on, it will get better and better performing these tasks. So, what should we be doing? And I feel in this picture, what the focus is really on what the AI is doing and what it can do, but there's a huge potential for yourself as an analyst to think about how you could grow and shape your own skill set in the face of AI. And we've seen this in the past where technology has come and gone. Remember things like this. So the calculator here didn't mean the end of maths as we know it, but it really enabled a lot of businesses, a lot of people to go and use this tool to help them perform the maths calculations they needed in their day-to-day work. The same is true in data analytics. Remember, you would have gone and published, say, a dashboard and put that on your server for people to go and view. That was never the end of the process. That was more case of the start. What you've done here is you provide a baseline of knowledge for everyone in your organization on a particular topic, say marketing, say supply chains. Here it is for everyone to go and see and understand. And that doesn't that means your role is not over. It means that actually you got more questions. You actually facilitate more learning in your organization. And in fact, data analytics became more in demand than ever before. So what we're seeing here is actually that these tools come in, you can start using these tools to help propel more of what you do. And here's a great example of how you can go and take an AI tool, actually go and use it for your day-to-day work. So Adam Miko has put together a few custom GPTs on the OpenAI store. This is one of them where you can go and get help and assistance on your visualizations. It's super helpful. You could trawl through all those Tableau help pages out there to go and get the advice you need, or you could ask a GPT and you could get there a little bit quicker. So really, this is quite an exciting moment for us where we can actually move a lot of the work we were doing day to day into the hands of an AI to help us achieve what we wanted to achieve that bit quicker. That then leaves you open to the scope of where you could go and grow your career from here. Do you want to become more technical? Do you want to dive into some of those deeper analysis pieces that you never really had a chance to do? They were always considered out of scope because you never had time. You could now take some of that time to go and grow that career that way. Equally, you could go down the path of getting closer with those stakeholders, become much more of a domain expert yourself to help inform the decision-making process there. It's really powerful because you have control now on where you want that career to go, where you want your skills to grow, knowing that you can hand off part of what you do to an AI tool to help you get there quicker. Will, that's what you're saying here. There's a lot of inspiring things that I can do to go and catapult what I do into the future. But there's not just me here. I'm not the only one that's going to change throughout all of this. It's also those stakeholders as well. So this was it. This was the way that people got access to data. It was through me, the analyst. The data set over here is complicated, it's messy, you need special permissions to get access to it. My stakeholders, they had to come through me to get access to data. I was there as the person to help understand the data and communicate it back to them. For my stakeholders, they might have actually seen me as a bit of a gatekeeper to data. My stakeholders wanted more from me in the future, so I was able to set up a business intelligence suite of dashboards. For example, like a Tableau server, I was able to go and put some dashboards there. My stakeholders could go there and sort of self-serve, understand that data. That would help them get access to it. But crucially, I made these dashboards, so I know what's in them, what's not in them. I have control over this. But now with AI, it's changing. You have a new avenue opened up where I've seen this in companies where they've deployed their own AI model internally, or they're letting people in the business use these AI tools as part of their day-to-day work. And now suddenly the stakeholder has another way that they can get access to and understand this data. And it's through an AI model. Now you may be thinking, oh, that's great. Actually, that's even less work for me. But the trouble is, over here, I had this control over requests coming in and requests people viewing the dashboard. I understood all of this, what was going on here. But for someone using an AI model, I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't know what they're asking it. I don't know whether they're getting anything good back from it. I don't know if they know it's good or not. I don't have any involvement in this. I'm kind of cut off a bit from what the business is doing. And I can see if these tools get more and more popular, more and more use, and pushed more and more for employees to use, I'm not part of that picture anymore. I have my old tools, but no one's using them anymore. They go and use the AI instead. I can see that as another way that data analysts lose touch with the business, lose touch with the direction, and to an extent go extinct. This is a really valid point, because this comes down to control, where we feel that AI, these tools that have come in, they're new, they're exciting, people are starting to use them, but we don't quite understand how they're working. And for us as analysts, that's always been one of our key criteria, is to understand what these tools are doing, how they work, and understand what value they're bringing back to the business. Typically in the past, if I wanted to share data and insights, I would build a dashboard to do that, because that was maybe the easiest way in which I could convey all that data to a stakeholder using visual best practice. But hey, there might be cases coming up where I can think of an AI tool that could serve this purpose better than a typical dashboard. And so what I'm saying is that we can actually become not just dashboard builders, but more implementers of different AI solutions as part of our general field of work. So re-establishing a bit of control to say, actually, an AI solution, that's another technical solution, much like a dashboard, that I could deliver to a stakeholder to give them access to this data. Okay, let's look at an example. So Tableau Pulse is a new offering similar to what we got before, but has AI under the hood as well. Now, as a person who deploys solutions, this can help organizations see and understand their data, understand those key metrics, and have a text description of what's actually going on in the chart. So this is a solution that has analytics, it has AI in it, delivers a lot of value to businesses, but you as an analyst need to make sure that it still does. Like any good product, you don't just deliver it, you have to do the aftercare and understanding, is it maintained well? Is it serving the needs of those stakeholders? So what else can I do to improve the performance of this tool for my organization? Because that's what it comes down to. We give you all these different tools, but are you actually getting value from them? Do the stakeholders, are they actually answering the questions they want to be answering? Are they using it? That requires someone else like us to come in to understand how these tools are being used and understand how we can improve them for the future. So this is where this idea of a role of like an AI implementer. So we have all these new capabilities coming out from different AI tools. That could be part of our tool set of what we deliver as part of analytics. Okay, I like what you're saying here, Will, but there's still some issues I have, and that's AI is really complicated. There's one thing about how it works, another thing about what tool do you use. There's thousands out there. This is what I've seen. Like, we have AI tools on a desktop, we have AI tools in every application going. We have open source models, we have paid for models, and everything keeps changing, keeps moving along. Like one week it was Llama 3 was released, and now it's ChatGPT 4.0 just got dropped. It's free, it has all these great capabilities, and should I move everything away and move on to that, be using that? What's the trade-offs? I don't know. It feels like there's an incredible amount for us all to go and learn about these things, and I feel there's a underlying chaos within all of this. I can see this playing out at organizations and really getting quite complicated. Here's an example I've got where we have one dashboard, okay, one stakeholder, one data source, but 3 different AI technologies being used as part of this workflow. So I've got my data source. I'm going to go and query that data source. I'm going to build, say, a SQL script. And I could use a GitHub Copilot to help me build that script. Okay. I then went and built that dashboard, maybe with Tableau, and I could use Tableau's Einstein Copilot to help me create the visualizations there. Pass it on to my stakeholder, and they could be using their own large language model, like a ChatGPT or Gemini or something, to help them understand what I've given them, or maybe to ask more questions of me, what I should be doing. So this feels like one interaction of like one stakeholder, one dashboard, but three different AIs being used. If we roll this up to an organizational level, there could be hundreds of different variations of AI models going on here. And it makes me feel, how are we meant to all, like as data analysts, pick up and understand these different tools and how they're being used, and how can I recommend to that stakeholder what to do, what they should be using, what they shouldn't be, what's preferred, what's not. I feel like it's too complicated for us as analysts to take on, and I feel that this, in a sense, combined with everything else we've got to do, this is too complicated for us to take on. Yes, there's a lot going on with AI at the moment. From one week to the next, it seems something new is coming out, something's changed here. But I want you to think back to when you first started learning one of these data tools. For me, I learned Tableau about 10 years ago, and yes, I had the product, I had some help pages, training, I had documentation to go over, and I was able to get a handle and use it. But the place I really learned it was in the community. Tableau Public is a fantastic place for us to go and learn how to build out Tableau dashboards. Like, I can find a dashboard, I can download that dashboard, I can reverse engineer how they've made it. It's amazing to help me build my skills. I can actually go and find any type of dashboard on any topic I want, and someone's made something on it, and I've got like an idea to help me get started right from the beginning. Now, what I've got is an idea of, if you could have something like this, but for AI solutions, I think that would be great. If you could have a place where you could go and say, I've got this problem, I've got this use case, I'm not quite sure how I can involve AI in this. And then you were given a host of different projects that people have made, put out in the community, that you could then go and use in your analytics projects. I think that'd be amazing. I think that would really help us all raise the bar in terms of what we know with data. In the future, I'll certainly be sharing what I know day in, day out, but we've got something special actually. We've got a little community coming together all around AI in the Tableau space. At the time this goes out, we have done our first event, but check back, we'll have more events coming every so often. Okay, so I've heard enough from these two. We know that AI is here, and it's already impacting what we do in business. Lots of companies are interested in investing in AI to bring it in-house to help solve these problems. And that falls upon us as analysts to go and help be that person to help with these problems. But what opportunities does it open up for us? So what I'm seeing is this evolution of what the data analyst is. Now that AI is part of our current day-to-day toolkit, what can we go and use it for? So the first option is definitely an empowerment of what we can do. So now that you can use that to go and help speed up the current day tasks. So for example, I don't need to spend ages trying to perfect my Python scripts. I can actually hand a lot of the work over to, say, coding module like ChatGPT to go and help me build out that data prep script for me. That saved me actually quite a lot of time in coding. So I give you some options here. You can be one of these people who wants to go and actually upskill, get really deep into the technical side of things. There must be some technologies, some techniques that you want to learn, but say you haven't had time to before, or you've tried to save that for like a Friday afternoon, but then for some reason something came up and you couldn't do it anymore. This hopefully will give you that opportunity to say, actually, I have the time to actually go and learn this new tool and expand my toolkit even further, which would be great for your career. You might actually think you've got enough data skills. Perhaps you want to then go the route of that domain knowledge within your organization to be much more of a strategic person to influence those business decisions and really help put that data right to the heart of the decision-making process with you being there. But this avenue that's opened up, I think is really interesting, is that we can actually be the implementers of AI solutions as part of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So this is the example that in the past you may have delivered reports, you may have delivered different dashboards, but could you deliver an AI tool as part of that to give your stakeholders another way to access that data? Now these would fall into the same category of someone needs to understand how it works, someone needs to understand how it's actually performing. Is it driving that business value that you want, that your leaders want from AI in that organization? Someone's got to check that. And that can certainly be a role that gets carved out by AI being implemented into organizations. You could say be this custodian of how AI gets implemented. It's another technical solution. Sometimes, AI may not be the right decision when it could have been a regular report, it could have been a dashboard. But hey, if you add AI to that, you have another place that you can go and grow your skills again, but also deliver value to your organization. So lastly, is there this role for someone in the community to help enable all these different AI practitioners to come together, share what they know, and help everybody else learn a bit more about how they can use AI and what they should be using it for, when they should use it? All these common questions, they're all contained in someone's head somewhere, but there's definitely a role to bring these people together to start sharing what they know with the rest of this community. Hearing my thoughts and feelings about AI, I feel there's real opportunities here for us as analysts to go and help change different organizations, as well as help shape our careers for the future. If you're interested in any of the resources I've shared today, please use these QR codes I have provided here. This will be links to a blog version of this talk, as well as a link to the AI user group I mentioned earlier. Other than that, hope you have a good time rest of the conference, and hopefully I'll see you in person in the future. Bye.